First one, you never know what the future actually holds and what the future might be like. Sure, the sadness and the happiness you're seeing right now is present, but as time goes on, you'll experience new sadness and new happiness. You'll see new things. Life can be surprising at times, not everything always happens according to chance. Yeah, it's weird, but maybe there's a possibility in that unexpectedness that something miraculous might happen and everything will be alright. And you'll magically get the strength and be the person you want to be, or you'll meet the people you want to be. Or you'll make some memories that are worth living for, the memories of the future. Second reason, why do you want to give up? Why do you want to run away? There are people out there who are still fighting, okay? And they have things 10 times as worse as we have. Some people have lost their entire families, their limbs, everything. They are in war zones, and yeah, I know, we can't really relate to that. We're not that compassionate enough, but then just look at yourself. Giving up is easy, but it's also shameful. Trying your best, failure after failure, crawling through mud, is difficult, but there's nothing shameful about it. Third reason, time is the cruelest kindness. Time will still keep on passing on, and the problems you have, whatever reason is tempting you to end it all, might pass away. It likely will, definitely will. Keep that in mind. Just let time take its course. Maybe 5 years from now or 10 years from now, the problems you're facing today might be meaningless. And you might be like, 5 years, 10 years, that's a long time, right? But maybe try sticking out until then. And if by that point you still feel like, oh, nothing has changed and the problems are still there, or you haven't found the strength to deal with them, then maybe watch this video again. Don't consider suicide. Fifth reason, and it's running pretty hard. If the alternative is suicide, then why don't you go all out? Okay? Like, embarrassingly all out. No, nothing limiting you. Do whatever you want to do without caring about anything, any limits. Whatever you wanted to do. If you were gonna die, then all the limits that were holding you in this life seems kinda meaningless, don't they? So, all the things that you have wanted to do, why don't you give them a shot without caring about people, without caring about anything holding you back? Social approval, problems, whatever financial crisis, ignore it. Just do what you want to do. Give it a shot. See if that changes your mind. And hopefully you get some sanity at the end, but yeah, have fun with that. Reason number 6, a bucket list. Ever want to experience what jumping from the sky feels like? Or wanting to go to space, maybe? That one is like a bit of a long-term goal, but you can work towards that. But, well, jumping from the sky is pretty easy if you're impatient. Going to a different country is easy as well. It's not the past. We're not riding camels for months through a desert, being hunted by thieves and all that. Just take an airplane, okay? Try it out. Everything you wanted to do, write a bucket list. Asking the person you always wanted to ask out. Separating yourself from the current environment, breaking free of everything or whatever. You might like painting or whatever hobby you have. Like Colonel Sanders, he started selling fried chickens before, like on his bucket list before committing suicide, and he started KFC. Who knows what the future might be like. Give that a shot. Reason number 8. Your life is not yours alone. There are people to whom you are important. Doesn't apply to everyone, but I'm sure it applies to most of them, even if you don't think so. Your parents, maybe, or your friends, or whoever. And yes, your life might seem shit, but live it for someone else's sake. Reason number 8. There are a lot of people out there, if you keep on living, who you might be able to help, to whom you might be the reason why they can still keep on getting up from bed, have a better future, have better relationships, and the legacy continues on. Live for them, help them. Even if your hands are dirty, there must still be things you can take care of and people you can make happy and protect, right? And yeah, keep on existing, grow stronger. I mean, if not for yourself, then maybe for others. Try that out. All those hopeless kids who are going through similar scenarios, who could use someone. I mean, you'd be surprised, not everyone actually has someone to talk to or listen to or support them. There are a lot of people like that out there in the world. Ignore the Instagram stories you see of your friends who are having fun. There are definitely people out there who are stressed and depressed and all that. Why don't you grow strong so you can help them out? Reason number 9, do it for your loved ones. Your life is not yours alone. The people who you took care of, who now care about you, no matter how bad things are in your life, think of the sadness they would feel if you left, and the emptiness they would feel. Don't let them go through the same stress and anxiety and all that you're going through. You still need to live and survive for them. You know, the bonds that are not breakable. Reason number 10, do it for your future self. Look at the future, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. Imagine the perfect you who didn't stop no matter how difficult things or how impossible things got. He kept on fighting through all of it. Problem after problem, wall after wall, breaking them, making their way through all the problems and the noise and the hurdles and everything, prioritizing the things important to them, growing stronger, being the first line of defense for themselves and their loved ones and their goals and their dreams, and who at the end managed to create the future you wanted to create. They would never stand a chance if you were to end your life right now, right? Imagine that person. It's not good to lose to yourself. Losing to others might make sense. Yeah. Reason number 11, every problem has a solution. So, you're playing cricket, let's say, and you break your neighbor's glass window. Feeling helpless? Well, I mean, you can apologize. If that's not enough, you can pay for the repairs. And if you send a box of pastries later, there shouldn't be any hard feelings. And if you find someone really stubborn, there's usually still a way to sort of get through them. There are quite often multiple solutions to every problem. And there is always a solution if you just start thinking from that perspective. Because problems will happen, mistakes will happen, we are humans. It's part of life. It would be strange if everything went perfectly, always. And as much as I would want that, not gonna happen. And sometimes I think that's a good thing, because I've grown stronger every time something should happen. But yeah, keep that in mind, look for the solution, and I'm sure you'll find one. Reason 12, we don't have all the answers yet. And we don't know who we are exactly. Depends on if you're religious or not, but there are a lot of possibilities. And denying something without evidence is just arrogance. And we assume a lot of things around us, but Earth at the end of the day is like a speck of dirt in an infinitely big universe, and there's the quantum physics and like relativity and all the theories that are gonna come in like hundreds and thousands of years from now on, which will probably break our perception of reality again and again. But yeah, you don't know what's out there. Okay, so it might be a premature to make a choice based on what's in front of you right now, the knowledge you have. Who knows? Something unique might come out in the future that might change your perception of reality and make things very easy, completely out of the box. Something you can't even imagine right now. Reason 13, nothing is impossible. Yes, think of bringing back someone dead maybe. Am I giving false hope? I don't know. But is it logical to deny that possibility with 100% certainty? Probably not. Even the religious people will agree with that. And science probably can't happen. I mean, maybe in a million years, if not soon enough with simulations or whatever. But still. Or the easier answer is turning your life completely, being at the top of the world, or whatever goals and dreams you have, or whatever reason there is that is pushing you towards stress that you just want to be over. No matter how impossible something might seem, if you stick to something long enough, people normally get what they want out of life. It's only a matter of persistence, only a matter of time. A lot of things seem difficult. Going to the moon seemed impossible. We still made it happen. How complicated it was. All those scientists and all that engineering and thousands of kilometers between us. And we'll continue to defy what is possible as future comes on. So, don't stop right now. Reason number 15. Choose your death. Is this how you want to die? I'm gonna assume your life is not exactly looking really good right now. Wouldn't you rather die next to someone who was important to you? And like maybe a battle or something, trying to protect them or trying to save the world or whatever. It's just a thought. Instead of dying next in like the ocean or in a river with fishes. Yeah, not good, right? Or next to some tree. Nah. Choose a good death, man. Like, live out your life and have a peaceful death when you're completely satisfied, instead of dying in such a weird way. We all are gonna die. Might as well live in a way that justifies the death at the end. It makes the life we have spent so far more meaningful. And hopefully it's next to people you care about, not next to fishes. Reason number 16, because you haven't tried 10,000 times yet. Like Thomas Edison. Try 10,000 times to remake your life, not just 1, 2, or 3, because normally, like, there's a very high chance if you're trying something new or if you're going through something and you're failing at it, and it's just your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th attempt, you won't get the best result. But keep sticking to it for long enough and yeah, the light bulb will probably work. 17th reason, because human beings have a lot of potential to do whatever you want. You might be underestimating yourself. Or maybe in the current situation you might feel helpless, powerless. You might feel like you don't have enough control, but don't forget, there's not much difference between you and the most successful people out there. They have the same brain, the same 2 hands, Homo sapiens, same genetic makeup for the most part. Same 24 hours in a day. And they weren't born successful. Okay, like they weren't born when like Elon Musk was born as a baby, he had all of this knowledge about SpaceX and all of that. No, you failed, you kept on learning from scratch. And believe in yourself. no matter how utterly ridiculous something might sound, like a goal you might have, you can achieve it. Big things, ending hunger, coming up with like a medicine to heal all illnesses, or something, fixing the global warming or whatever. One person is capable of doing that. Yes, it is possible. Not everyone is gonna do it, doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean it's not possible. Why don't you live life for an impossibly difficult goal? Who, if you manage to achieve, then, well, you leave a very big impact, print on humanity and all that. Reason number 18: read 1,000 books first. Yes, live 1,000 different lives. Get to experience 1,000 different people, some who have already died from the past, like read classical books, Steve Jobs' autobiography maybe, and all of these like super people or fictional characters are pretty good as well. But yeah, experience 1,000 different stories, and that will definitely give you a bigger perspective and a lot more memories, even if they're not yours, which is something fun to have, isn't it? Reason number 17: because you haven't read 1,000 books yet. Where to experience the lives of a lot of people who you might not get to meet in real life, or who have already passed away, like maybe Steve Jobs. There's even fiction, like get those memories, get those experiences, those advice, those characters in your life. Your brains can't differentiate between it, seriously. It can, but it still has an impact. So give yourself that chance, Lord of the Rings, The Alchemist, Ikigai, there's so many good books out there that you should definitely go through in your life. You don't want to miss out on that. Because reason number 18, our thoughts create our emotions create our actions. So, let's say the example would be you're about to give a public speech, and your brain is coming up with all of these reasons why you can't do it, all of these thoughts. You suck at public speaking, there would be so many people, you didn't brush your teeth in the morning, it's so stressful, a lot of people fail in it, whatever, all of those reasons, you're having a bad day. And then you'll most likely not give a good speech. But on the contrary, if you think of all the reasons why you can't do it, okay, well, you have had a lot of fun conversations with your friend, you had a great time with them. You're a lot more confident than a lot of idiots out there who really suck at it. You've made the right choices, you've studied the material. You look at all of these reasons and the confidence comes to you and you give a good speech. Same applies to life. Instead of looking at all the bad reasons or the shitty reasons why you can't do it, why it's so bad, and then taking action on it and feeling those emotions of depression and anxiety, why don't you list out the reasons why you are special, you are strong, why you can make it, why your life is worth it. The choices you've made so far, the fact that you're alive till this point, which should mean something. Because the people you care about, all those times you helped others, the acts of kindness, the fact that you're the only person who's looking at reality from your own eyes. So you don't know if other people are alive, but ignore that. Still, you can list a lot of reasons that are specific to you, which I don't know about, but do they justify? I'm sure they don't justify killing yourself, do they? So, live. Reason 19, because you can make up for your regrets with successes. Yes, everyone does stupid stuff, but as time goes on, we can make up for those mistakes, those problems, or however embarrassing things we did by neutralizing them, with something even more successful or something that makes up for that. You just have to keep on trying. Instead of running away from the problem, because the problem is still gonna stay, maybe facing it and making up for it with an empty mind and zero expectation, but 100% effort could be a good strategy. Reason number 20, because you can start all over again. Yes, everything might be going wrong and you're already at the breaking point. Well, since you don't have any expectations with life anymore, why don't you start from scratch? Create it however you want it to be, build yourself however you want to be. Like, just because you think right now you're not the person who can have the image of happiness or accomplishments or whatever you have in your mind, doesn't mean you can become someone like that. Build yourself piece by piece, moment by moment, step by step, and you will get there.